For more on this story, France 24's international affairs editor Angela Diffley joins us here in the studio. Hello, Angela.
Hi.
Now, a lot of people watching this speech by Khamenei to see if they could discern any clues about what Iran might do next. So was there anything that we could learn from the speech today?
It wasn't new rhetoric at all, but in no way was it conciliatory. Notably, Khamenei called upon Muslims around the world to unite. He is a religious leader, as well as being at the top of the controlling hierarchy in Iran. And he said, God is on our side. If we all stick together, if we put aside, he seemed to imply, our Shia and Sunni differences and unite against our common enemy, Israel, we will prevail. The problem with that is that even within Iran, Khamenei doesn't have solid support. We saw back in 2021 a real effort to overthrow the regime. There is a very significant movement which would like to see the back of this regime, which would like to see the back of him. He is not in a very secure position, even within Iran. Also, within the Muslim world, Iran is a very divisive issue. Saudi Arabia is its great rival. Saudi Arabia would welcome some sort of humbling of Iran. The United Arab Emirates, Jordan. Arab countries are not united in being supporters of Iran. So that is not likely to appeal to them, his call. And also, it should be said that Lebanon, which is at the heart of all this, is not an entirely straightforward Muslim country. It's about 54% Muslim. There are significant other populations. There are about 40% of the population in Lebanon that are Christian. So again, that doesn't really work. So I think all of those things, it's likely to fall on deaf ears. Lebanon is looking a little alone, and Iran itself, there is not much sign of allies rallying around Iran.
And what is Lebanon's relationship or position when it comes to Israel and the Palestinian territories?
It's such a huge story. It's too difficult to say quickly, but I think it's worth pointing to a few facts, such as Israel became involved in Lebanon's civil war in the 70s leading up to the 90s. Israel occupied Lebanon from 1982 until 2000 because Israel said they were trying to dislodge the Palestine Liberation Organization, as it was then, which had set up its headquarters in Lebanon, having been expelled from Jordan after Black September. So the Israelis occupied Lebanon in that period because they said they were under threat from the PLO, which was operating from there. Hezbollah take a lot of the credit within Lebanon for having got rid of the Israelis. Most countries do not enjoy any kind of occupation. But that said, Palestinian refugees, and there are many in refugee camps in Lebanon, are not particularly well treated. They don't have a lot of rights. They can't work. They can't buy houses. And the official argument is that that would undermine the refugee cause of the Palestinians. The reality is that very many Lebanese have very bitter memories of the time when the PLO were operating from Lebanon, and it is a very difficult and sensitive issue.
So it is widely expected that Israel will retaliate against Iran for the massive missile launch on Tuesday. It's kind of just a question of if, not when. When, not if, excuse me. So what do you see as Israel's options right now?
Yeah, they've been well spelled out, really. We heard from Joe Biden that certainly the US is not keen on one of the options being touted, which is to go after Iran's nuclear facilities. Israel will make up its own mind, but they might be interested in the US advice on that. One of the reasons that might not happen as well is that those nuclear facilities are so deep below ground, it would be quite hard to really significantly take them out. They would be damaged, but might then be rebuilt. And the know-how is quite well spread. Other options hitting oil facilities. Oil prices have soared because of that possibility, or trying to go for the Iranian leadership. That would be a very surprising option if they pulled it off.
France 24 International Affairs editor Angela Diffley helping us stay on top of this very complicated story. Thank you so much.